There it is. Oh my goodness. I was talking to myself this whole time. uh, I forgot that my streaming only uses one track. No, it's working now. My vocal cords haven't been ripped out. I was wondering why everybody was leaving when the thing started. I guess everybody assumed that their stream was broken somehow. But no. No, it's just I was cursed by a different wizard. You guys could hear me now, right? I am waiting for answers. It's taking a while. They're not sure if I'm talking yet. Okay, there we go. Rain said that I'm heard. There we go. Um, I was just asking how you guys, your nights were. And I was wondering why everyone was suddenly, like, vanishing. So, yeah. Moosh, you can hear me now, right? You're just screwing around now. Anyway, what I was saying is I have mods, and it's a random wizard. You get a random wizard, so it's not a regular Noida. Man, that's embarrassing. That's a rookie mistake right there, not having my microphone on. And the blue dragon is meowing. So, how have your guys' nights been so far? It's been snowing here. Other than that, I have a Noida to show you. Rain says that she's been having a cold, and she's dealing with it. Oh, sorry about that. Even though I have absolutely nothing to do with that. I'm just here with my bomb wizard. Maybe I can make you feel better by blowing things up. This wand has TNT on it. This wand has a bomb on it. Sometimes. Cast that bomb, please. Ah, there we go. I also have a whole bunch of mods like edit wands everywhere. That allows me to change wands at random. And I have a few other mods in case this one doesn't go well. Everybody's dropping their day on me at once here. Moosh said he got a whole bunch of socks from Sir Amazon. Is that like a knight that gives presents? That's loud on my end. Oh yeah, you got out of school early because there's that weird Christmas holiday showing up. Wow, this one is poopy. Ah, this one is really poopy. I don't like how slow it is. Bomb Wizard kind of sucks. And Blue Dragon gets to fix calculator errors every day. I'm guessing that's what that means. What is a ID10T? Moosh says that Amazon is Santa because he has low-wage workers and a lot of stuff from questionable sources. And he's not wrong. Alright, you guys gotta get exploded. Enjoy explosions. This run is already going badly. You know, I'm just gonna sacrifice myself to the flames. That wizard sucked. Me not having audio sucked. He had to die. He had to die before we did anything. Bomb Wizard is stinky. Maybe we should get a different wizard. He didn't last too long. And I have to wait for Noida to refocus. I need Noida to refocus. There we go. Wait a second, this is a light magus. What does that do? I think we got a broken one. Invisibility, you say? So I have a wand that can't shoot anything, 2 wands that can't shoot anything, and invisibility. That's terrible. You know what? Before we even do this run, I'm not feeling this run too well. I'm going to turn this mod off. More starting loadouts my butt. You could use it if you want to. Let's try the other mod that I have here. Maybe it could give us some different wizards. Some useful wizards. These wizards flunked out of wizard school, I gotta say. Oh, I just read that, Blue Dragon. ID 10T. That's very good. Usually we call it a pebcac. A butcher warlock. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that is what I'm talking about. This is a wizard. Now this is a wizard. This is a real wizard. No, Moosh, it ain't cheating if it's mods. This game is still in alpha. You can't really cheat at it because the devs keep changing it every day. There's a whole bunch of things that they changed about this game. Maybe we could do it with the Butcher Wizard. We got blood, we got berserkium, we got chainsaws, and we got regular saw blades. We're gonna cut some people in half. Rain is imagining the Doom soundtrack. Gee, I wonder why. We're not chainsawing those, they're filled with poison. They changed how the poison works. You no longer get poisoned by immediately touching it. It takes a little while. It takes a little bit of doing. They've changed how perks work. They added some new perks. They changed how enemies work. Added some new enemies. Added some new secrets. I added some mods that add health containers to everything in the game. Of course, the random wizard. Random whizzing going on. And another mod that I'm going to show off a bit later into the stream, like near the end. But right now we're going to tear things apart. Well, maybe this particular wizard, Moosh, maybe instead of stacking int, he stacked wisdom. And therefore he is a warlock. He's a butcher warlock. Let's just admit this. Wizards can't butcher much. Their strength stat's too low. That was a health container. I have them set at a 10% drop rate, and they heal 25% damage. Or, not 25%, 25 health points. That's what I meant to say. I like this wizard. This is a fun wizard. I have a digging wand right away. I have a really good damaging wand. I could just tear this place apart if I wanted to. I could tear everything I want. I could tear all the things. That guy is incredibly torn. Downside is I don't have any water, so I can't diffuse poison. Moosh said chocobos are just big chickens. He's starting the trouble already. I thought I was going to be the one starting the trouble with my audio issues. We're not big chickens. We're like big... what am I related to? Ducks. We're related to ducks. And geese. So, you've seen Untitled Goose Game. You know what I'm capable of. Things like this. This right here. This is what I'm capable of. Explosions. Rainy is our resident D&D expert, and she just informed me that warlocks use charisma, actually. I thought they used wisdom. So that's something I learned today. Lucius being a mischievous little girl. Indeed you are. You're causing all kinds of trouble. I am disappointed in you. So I am looking for some other wands. I'm looking for some water. I don't really need berserkium. I don't have anything that explodes anyway. I could do additional damage, but I'm at risk of getting set on fire as well. Here's some water. A flask of water is always useful, especially when you have those things roaming around. Because this game has alchemy. If anybody's unfamiliar with this game, there's alchemy in it. Water will turn poison into regular water. There's also this stuff up here. Instead of just looking up some random website, I have a mod that tells me the secret alchemy in this game. If I combine gunpowder, blood, and random polymorph juice, I can make an alchemic predecessor. And if I add some meat to that, I can make the Drought of Midas. And they also added some new potions, too. They might be part of the mixture. I don't know. With this blue junk here. This blue junk will replenish my mana a lot faster in my wands. But it doesn't last too long, either. Billy Mays isn't still around, is he? Because he would totally advertise a glass of water. Blue Dragon just brought up Billy Mays selling a glass of water to people. And I thought, yeah, he would do that. He could sell anything. He could steal your car and then sell it back to you. That's Billy Mays in a nutshell. I thought he died from something. Yeah, he died from something. He was the legend of salesmen. Sanity asked me, AC, have you seen any Cthulhus in Noida yet? Yes, there are many Cthulhus in Noida. I can't escape the Cthulhus. It's like I'm being tormented. In fact, the final boss is a Cthulhu. Maybe we could get to the final boss. He's in this Butcher Wizard. What else does Butcher Wizard do? Never skip a leg day. And more blood. Well, the more blood is rather apparent, don't you think? There's blood everywhere now. And it increases my crit chance, too. So there's an added bonus to being covered with blood all the time. Other people's blood, not mine. And certainly not poison blood. And you have to be careful around buzzsaws, because they can ricochet back and kill you. Billy Mays was a man with 30 charisma. 30 plus charisma. He was a level 15 salesman. Hey AC, have you eaten any corpses yet? You mean in the game? Because yeah, that's totally a thing you could do in the game. You could drink water. You could just drink this water up. I'm doing that right now. You could drink blood. You could eat the meat. You could just put that meat in your mouth. Delicious. You don't even need to cook it because you're a wizard. I'm gonna take that egg. The eggs are a little bit more frequent, and they changed how the enemies act now. So, I got some firefly dudes. They bleed lava if they die. Or if I hit them with a buzzsaw. Especially with more blood. Those health containers are coming in handy, actually. There's one thing we haven't seen, but I think I caught a glimpse of it the last time when I committed suicide on myself. With the bomb wizard, the terrible bomb wizard. There's something called the Anvil of Destiny in this game now. It's a random, semi-rare room that's basically a Harager cube for wands. And it's really, really useful for making broken wands. A friend of mine drank an entire lake of water in-game. Yeah, this wizard could put it away. I just gotta say that. I'm gonna find one of those wells. One of those giant wells like I had over there. Like, filled with alcohol. And the wizard could drink the whole thing. Noida could just take it all in. Noida's great at parties. Well, at least he got a sight wand. Really, the only attack wand I have right now is a saw blade. Or this chainsaw, if I want to risk getting close. I'm turning that guy into chunks. Evidence? What evidence? I didn't kill that guy. He didn't even exist. So the reason why I had the health containers in this game is that you don't die from like 1,000 cuts. Because that's kind of a problem in this game, is just dying to attrition. Kind of annoying when you want to go see things. Ooh! Ooh, I have a chainsaw wand. I kind of would want some better shooty wand things to shoot. But we can go exploring already. This chainsaw wand will make it possible. What is this? Ah, the concentrated mana flask. That's the blue liquid that'll give me mana. So I got a whole bunch of liquids here. What is this one? Slime. Get it out of there. we're going to explore on the surface world, because there's a lot of surface world you did not get to see. That weird flying island that we did in Halloween. The one with the thing that turns tablets into gold. It's kind of gone. It disappeared. From my memory. Because I haven't been able to get to it much. Because now you need a very specific kind of wand or some teleport juice, because turning into a sheep or turning into some random creature no longer gives you infinite flight. Which is a little disappointing. Get that slime off me. Kick only run in this game? Probably not likely. Unless you have never skipped leg day. Because your kick does tremendously low amounts of damage. I'm gonna try and leave one of these guys alive. Preferably not the shotgun dude. And I'm gonna try kicking him with this. Okay, that was quite effective, but then again, I have never skipped leg day, so I think I just made my own point. Otherwise, kicking damage is really terrible. Moosh, I'm trying to understand what you said, and my brain just isn't working today. But hey, we found the Anvil of Destiny. Let's toss in some of these wands. You know what, I'm going to take out that, just in case one of these wands is better off. This wand would be really good, so you know what, we're not going to do that. We have so many things we could do. I want to do that first. I want to make a really, really good wand for, like, the beginning areas. I'm going to head across the lava pit. Luckily, I have all these flasks. The Heraldric recipe for the Anvil of Destiny is you could use 2 wands and make a random wand that's better. I'm going to have to toss this somewhere. I'm going to have to put this in the water. And this one too. I don't want them to smash. Also, you could have a tablet and 2 wands. Okay, guess what? We're not going to be able to do that now. You could do 2 tablets and 1 wand and upgrade it into a wand that's a lot better. But sadly, I hit the F button instead of the E button, and therefore the tablet is in lava. I'm not quite sure how it happened. I think I'm going to have to file a bug report with the game developers. So let's go back to the exploring thing. I just broke that because I can. Can't stop me. It's mana juice anyway. Yeah, I hate sheep juice in this game now because it doesn't give you unlimited flight. So it just turns you to a sheep that has like 6 health, and you'll die pretty much immediately to anything that touches you. It's not fun anymore. Man, it used to be so fun to turn into sheep. Now I'm trying to think about how I'm going to do this. Because I need to get up there. I got a chainsaw. It can eventually cut through some of this rock. I have a faster wand. That's a 0.5. You know what? This is a faster wand. It'll serve its purpose for right now. That's not a faster wand at all. Ugh. Alright, I'm going to have to use this one. I want to dig through this mountain and get to the other side. It's going to take a little while. Moosh, boners are always banned in the chat. It doesn't matter if it's Halloween or not. This is going to take a little while. I want a faster wand. If I had the starter bomb wand, this would have been amazing. But anybody have like some stories to share while I'm trying to dig through this mountain? I'm starting to lose my patience at this mountain. Can fireballs help us along here? Fireballs seem to be making progress. Gotta dig right into that lake. Limited shot wands are good for some things. Don't got enough headroom here. Through the wall. Let's go. We're breaking through. We're breaking out of boys. Getting out of Alcatraz. There we go. I went through the mountain. I traveled the holy mountain horizontally. Take that. We Hate When has been playing through the X series. I think I've only played... Well, I've only owned X5. And I think that's the one with the Guns N' Roses bosses. You know, Duff McWhalen and... I don't remember who else. There's a Duff McWhalen. This is probably the lake that guy's friend drank. Right there. Even though that's more of a pond. There's a bigger lake than that. It's on the other direction. People are saying X8 are fine, but that's not a popular opinion. I'll take their words for it. I haven't heard a lot of amazing things about the later X's. I am wondering, though, if Mega Man X gets to 10, are they going to call it Mega Man XX? Or is it going to be X10? Would that be redundant? By the way, chainsaws will destroy trees. That's a very logical tree falling. Chainsaw just destroys pretty much everything. Welcome to desert. Keep going east, you'll end up in a desert. And it's pretty much deserty. Just like in Terraria. Destroy some plants here. Underneath here is something called the Sands Cave. And no, not the dude from Undertale. General Tao a tree? Explain that one to me. We Hate When just said, can we General Tao a tree? I'm out of the loop. Is that one of the new things kids are talking about these days? I'm gonna give this dinosaur a lobotomy. What do I know? It's a Mushasaurus. Nothing in there for us. Looks like you're talking about some D&D. Sanity's talking about his friend there. And a lizard barbarian. Had all the strength. It's a pyramid with bandits. Well, guess what, buddy? We got a pyramid. It's not filled with bandits. General Tao a tree means to launch a tree and then ride on it. Oh, like Breath of the Wild then. There's a pyramid here. I'm not going to go into the pyramid just yet. There's something on top of the pyramid too. So General Tao is different than the chicken guy, I'm guessing. Because General Tao does rad things like riding trees across the battlefield, while General So just makes really good chicken. Like a Chinese Colonel Sanders. Oh, we got 10 viewers? Let me see. Ah, we're at 9. But I'll take your word for it. So back to the story about pyramid bandits. They piled everything flammable on the foot of the stairs. There's a bed on top of the pile, a flaming bed, and the bandits came down the stairs, and they grabbed the flaming bed. Oh, your lizard barbarian threw the flaming bed at the bandits and killed them. That's cool. By the way, we're in ruins. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. We're doing some La Milana now, guys. There's some pots in here, filled with gunpowder, filled with enemies. Some of them still live. I don't like when they live. But there's some gold in here, and some HP if you need it. I'm just wondering if my wands are good enough for what lurks in here. I'm gonna switch that out. Give me some vision. Is General Tao a Dragon Ball Z character? Because We Hate When just said that he killed Goku once. I thought it was just like some Chinese general dude. I don't know where that pot went. But we got this thing lurking here. The pyramid used to be a giant vat of poison with like 3 really good wands in it, and now it's just this dude. It's a mini boss. But I'm checking around to make sure there isn't any traps that are getting away, and the gunpowder that'll get in the way, because this boss could be a problem. Moosh says, "What even is Noida mean? Is it the wizard's name, the name of the land?" No, Noida means witch in Finnish. That's all that means. I just call it Noida because the game's called Noida, and you always name a game after your protagonist, no matter what. Sanity says, AC, can you see why children love cinnamon toast ifrit bites? First of all, that's not a real thing. Second of all, I could see why people like cinnamon toast crunch because I eat it. It's delicious. It tastes like cinnamon and toast. Also, we got a boss. So, his shell is impenetrable to shots, and he spawns those dudes, who could be pretty durable, and they bleed poison. Gotta get these guys out of the way. I need more accuracy! To be honest, I think I need more things to shoot. Also, instead of bleeding a whole bunch of gold nuggets, you just bleed 1. Ah, he had a shell open! I was busy with his minion! Get back here. I got this buzzsaw for you. And not much else, sadly. Yeah, he's open. Something tells me this guy's a little bit out of my league right now. You know what? I think I'm just gonna let him be. Sorry for waking you up, Spider Cthulhu. I'm just gonna leave you alone now. Bye. I have other things I want to do with my day. At least we found the pyramid. We just can't slay the thing inside of it. I want to show the pyramid off. There's things down here too. Look at that creepy guy. Ain't going down there. It's a much more aggressive spore spawn. It does a lot more than what it does in Metroid. I wonder if we could, that's gonna be quite a walk. I could go down to the sand caves, but I'll probably get myself killed in the process. At least we got a tablet, and some health, and a bit of gold. So it was worth the trip, kinda. But the downside to exploring is, you gotta do a lot of backtracking. If I had a wand with teleport on it, it would be a lot easier to get around. And I could go to the west, but I have to get past the giant world tree. Which means I need to be able to either infinitely fly or teleport somehow. So that means I'm going to need more wands, and most of the ways you're going to get new wands is going back down into the mountain. Gonna mess up this desert. Will we ever come back here and defeat that Cthulhu? I don't know. I don't know if something's going to murder me. I mean, I have a pretty good chance of living with this chainsaw. But the lower levels can be pretty menacing. Especially after level 3. If you remember from my last Noida stream, I got murdered in level 3 rather quickly, each time. We didn't even get to considerably look at it. Just like the enemies are just like, no. No, you don't belong here. What are you doing? Strangely enough, after I did that stream, I actually beat the final boss with like 0 orbs. Then I came back and I did it with 2 orbs, because the item you find is different each time you find an orb. And we have 1 orb right now, so it'll be different. I'm not trusting this chainsaw to get through rocks anymore. I'm just going to use the hole that I made. We Hate When says we need some super missiles. I don't like using I don't like using the consuming wands too much. I like making like ridiculous wands they can shoot infinitely instead of bomb and missile wands that have a limited supply. As you saw, this thing only had like one shot left going through that wall. Maybe a worm will anger the gods again, like that one stream. How about we don't do that? Even though they have added anti-worm crystals to minimize the chance of that happening. Also, yeah, that's about it. I have had worms trigger me before. I've had a spider climb through the bottom of the Holy Mountain and anger the gods, which sent a skeleton god after me instead. I'm not 100% sure why the spider was able to go through the wall, because they didn't have that kind of ability. But yeah, that still happened. Also, it seems like my insect friends have turned on me. They didn't have hearts above their heads anymore. I had to kill them. You know I had to do it to them. Seems like a normal Tuesday to me, says We Hate When. I'm talking about the spiders climbing through the wall. I hope that's not what you were talking about. I'd be kind of afraid. Just gonna drink a little water. You gotta stay hydrated, folks. When you're in the ancient ruins, you've gotta stay hydrated. You gotta make sure you drink all the water in the world. Because if you don't drink all the water in the world, eventually you'll get dried out. This is the only way to prevent it permanently. There we go. Rainy Day says they probably lost their charm when they reloaded, which is most likely the case. Even though this game has weird loading, if you could go all the way down through the bottom of the Holy Mountain, somehow or another you could end up right back at the very top of the world map, and it just keeps looping until it crashes. It's weird. What we got here? More chainsaw. Or more saw blade. This is chainsaw. Delayed spellcast. Isn't all that great. Bubble Spark might be good on a fast wand. So can Spitter Bolt. I'll buy a Spitter Bolt. Oh, I forgot that tablet. I forgot that tablet. I was gonna make this wand amazing. Now I have a reason why to go to level 3, because I could take that back up to level 1. So we got the perks again. The perks are here. But this thing, we can reroll perks. So if you don't like the perks you're getting, you can spend a little bit of gold and get something different. I don't like those either. I'll take critical hit. I wanted, like, perk lottery. Perk lottery is a great one to get early, because it gives you a random chance for a free perk every time you pick up a perk. So that's great. Stream quality nosedived? I'm getting green over here. Is anybody else having stream problems? I don't knocked it down to 360. Okay, if anybody's having stream quality problems, try turning auto off, because YouTube usually doesn't know what it's doing with fluctuations. My OBS is telling me green, and I'm at like 5,600. So it could have been just a minor hiccup. But welcome back to the coal mines. We murder people with minecarts here. Also, I could dig for gold with my chainsaw. I'll be a gold digger. Just like this. So this is where you could really Terraria it up. You go for those gold veins in there. Grab some gold. Get these guys out of the way. I hate the bats. I hate the slime bats. They try to tackle you and they bleed slime. Which is terrible because it slows you down. Ugh. At least it makes it fireproof. I could just stand in it. Not for too long, but I could stand in it. This is a promising wand. Waste cast burning trail. And it's got a whole bunch of jazz on it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll approve of that. Moosh, Terraria is Minecraft but better. That's what Terraria is. Whoa! That's what I get for reading the chat. That's what you get for annoying me while I'm reading the chat. Where did your body go? Where did it go? I can't find it anywhere. I'll ask someone where it is. Do you see the body in this pool of blood? Anybody? I'm looking for it for a friend. Anyway, back to what I was doing. No, don't like fire trail. I'm not fire immune. Energy spheres, maybe? This thing could triple cast. How about that? It goes through mana like crazy, but it spews a heck of a lot of projectiles. I could use this. I don't have to worry about killing myself with it, at least. Well, not as much as others. We Hate When prefers Space Terraria, and I would be right there with you if they actually did some new things. Because they need to work on their magic weapons. The space magic weapons should actually feel like space magic weapons, and not just really slow things that you could get the job done better with something else. It just upsets me that the magic wasn't as good in that game as it was, well, in Terraria, where you had some really good magic, like that prism thing that shot a rainbow at people. It's cooler than it sounds. I forgot the iMod and the old one. Well, I don't really care about the iMod too much on that old one. It just allows me to see things before I actually get to them. It's not all that useful. I want to go to the Fungal caverns here. We're going to do some more exploring. Hopefully not get murdered by a Cthulhu now. Even though, to be honest, with these energy spheres, I could actually go and try and murder that Cthulhu. It's better than having those buzzsaws and nothing else. But I don't want to walk all the way back to the desert. Jeez. What do I look like? I'm made out of wizard? No, I'm made out of fire. And blood. Fire blood. This wizard is really fun. I love this wizard. This is the wizard I would take out for a beer. Sanity Illusions told me there's a Chocobo mod for Space Terraria, but I'm pretty sure that's just like a vehicle or something, a mountain. Now, if you could play a Chocobo in Space Terraria, I might consider that. But all they have is the avians. Yes, I know I'm biased. I'm even biased against birds by being biased for a different bird. Let's see what this one contains. Absolute garbage. That's what it contains. It's absolute garbage. Wow, it's effing nothing. I don't like its mana regen. I don't like its face. I don't like the spells that came with it. It was just a whole bunch of bad. I'm not messing with it. Turn that into water. What do we need for the healing juice? Gold, berserkium, and water swamp. Ah, that's only in the jungle. I don't think we're going to be doing any alchemy today. Rainy Day says there's Final Fantasy 12 bunnies in, I guess you're talking about Space Terraria yet? I'm familiar with the bounties in Space Terraria, in Starbound. It's just that I wasn't too interested in hunting people down like Boba Fett. So I kind of gave that one a pass. This one is pretty darn good. This one gets my seal of approval. Even when it's out of mana, it can still use the spitter balls. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm fond of this wand now. And it rhymes. We Hate When likes to glitch, which, if I remember what the glitch were, they were the robot dudes that are in the Middle Ages. I've only played avians. I was trying to build a planet that was populated with nothing but avians. and then I kind of quit because that's a lot of work, and I'm lazy. But hey, at least I took over a castle, and I filled it with birds, and there's like an underground town, and there's like every single kind of crop growing in that town. Just every crop. It's actually a terraformed planet. It used to be volcanic. I turned it into like a grassland area. So yeah, I had some time with that game. Rainy Day says the mech update was solid, and I agree. I kind of liked the mech update. I played that for a while. It's just that it got boring after a while. Who the heck were you? You're blood now. Some weird goblin fella throwing bombs at me. I wasn't fond of that. I hate when weird goblins throw bombs at me. Why is that treasure chest wet over there? Why is that treasure chest wet? I mean, besides the obvious, it is sitting in water, but why does it have a wet marker like it's alive? It's a mimic! It would have bit me if I tried to open it. There's mimics in this game. Kick this mimic into the pit. I'm going to use him as a physical object until it's on fire. Rainy Day seems to be stealing the show right now with the talking about the Starbound, and you know what? I'm okay with that, because I'm here whizzing, and she's here talking. She's distracting everybody. Wait, I wasn't paying attention to chat that much. What do you need to correct me about? I'm okay with being corrected. I know there's a lot of like weird races in Starbound that people added, and there's a lot of lewd things too, because internet's gonna internet. Oh, I know what they're talking about. I know what they're talking about, so I don't want to get involved on that. It's a thing. I'm not gonna worry about it. No one, well, I guess no one needs to worry about it. I stumbled on something personal. It has to do with words and how you use them. Because, you know, man, words, we made them up. I'm just looking for these fungal caverns. That's all I'm doing. I just want a fungal cavern. Random polymorph juice. Gunpowder and blood. I could do this. I can make an alchemic processor. I just have to be careful because there's lava in it. It's going to be difficult to get the lava out. I'll look for a different pile of gunpowder. Preferably one that's not exploded. Sanity says, where does the stuff you dig up even go? You mean in, like, the game? The stuff that I dig up? Or are you talking about, like, Starbound, where you dig up stuff? I'm gonna need some context here. Whoa, Cthulhu. We got an octopus here. We got a dude with a laser beam here. Okay, dude dealt with, but we still got the Cthulhu. It needs to die. It'll grab me with its noodly appendage. There we go. That's dead. More weird creatures. Well, I think I found the fungal cavern. Stay back, I got fire. Hate that. I'll show you. Oh yeah, okay. So he's asking about the pixels in the game. What happens when you dig through them? That's a good question, actually. I mean, the gold goes into my pocket, as all gold likes to do. Fungus could go into my stomach, and I could trip out like crazy. Just watch that bitrate go to heck. I'm guaranteed that the bitrate's going to start going to heck with this. And, yeah, the audio is going to glitch out, too. I made a bad decision. Ooh, this is a good decision. Ooh. I kind of want this. Ah, chainsaw. Right now, chainsaw, you gotta go. I'm gonna take the chainsaw spell off the wand. But I'm taking this wand. And do I even need that? I mean, it tried to kill me. I mean, this one's way better anyway. But this is a digging wand. Energy orbs. Tripping out. We're in disco mode now. We Hate When asks, why does the battle music have a mouth harp in it? And my answer is, why doesn't it have a mouth harp in it? Why doesn't more battle music have a mouth harp in it? Think about it that way. There's some green juice in here, which needs to be set on fire. Trust me, it's green. I've been here before when I'm not tripping balls. It's definitely green, and you could choke on it and start suffocating. So that's not ideal. There is no disco music because it's currently funked out. I think I know somebody that looked up how the band made the music, and it's basically just them doing a jam session constantly. That's all it is. It's just jam session music in wizard format. Yeah, suddenly we're in Funky Town. Welcome to Funky Town, where I wield fire. Oh, and fire wields me. Get away. Shoo. Be gone. Little things are trying to beat me up. Those weird green blobby things will split into little ones. Worm pheromone flask. That attracts worms. But only, I think, when it's touching an enemy or me. So, I think it's okay over there, spilled all over the floor. I'm sure it's fine. No electrocutions, even though that is something that can happen in this game, is getting electrocuted. That happened in the last stream. I got electrocuted there. I saw that rat. I could dig for a lot more gold now with this wand. I'm proud of this wand. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. There we go. There we go. Now we could alchemy. Gunpowder. A little bit of blood. And it detonates. I'm the worst wizard. I can't even alchemize the gunpowder with blood. I made it explode. Somehow. Somehow it worked. That's my tertiary mission. I need to find more gunpowder and not blow it up. Speaking of blowing up, he's gotta go. The heck was it? It's some kind of like weird psycho gnome. Now it's just meat. Now it's just pixels. Well, at least we're done with the funky time now. The fungus is out of our system. The fungus is no longer among us. It's been like an hour. When do you think you're going to wrap this up? Well, first of all, this wizard's alive. So, you know what? Maybe we should make some progress. You got a point there. We've had alchemy last time. You get the gist of it. If you want to mess around with alchemy, you can do that in your own time. Maybe I'll run into some gunpowder up ahead. You could go back to the first floor, but I think this wand is in the past now. I think this wand is the future. And other wands. Got some increased duration, scatter spells. Not really interested in all that. We can get some trick greed, or we could reroll. Okay, this might be interesting. The Lukey mutation. It gives us spider legs. They will do melee damage. And I think you can keep flying as long as your legs are touching something. Which is a bonus. Welcome to Area 3. This place is my bane. There's freezing vapor all over the place. There's these dudes with guns. There's robots. And there's ice you can make collapse. Yeah, I hate those guys. They could stun you, and then it's like game over. Because if there's too many of them, they'll just keep stunning you. At least you could survive this time. We are a spider wizard. Beware! I can do stuff like this. Oh. I can do stuff like fall. Get frozen by a flaming skull. Moosh needs some entertainment. Well, how entertaining is this? Are you not entertained? I want to get up there. For some reason, the flight energy kind of glitches out when you're spider wizard. I'm not quite sure why that is. I think it's because you're technically touching ground, so it thinks it's charged. I'm not fire immune though. Oh, he had a wand. This is an improved version of this wand. It also has magic missile. 8 magic missiles. And a spark bolt with triggers. I could throw that on air. Blood mist, magic missile maybe. Toss those. Quadruple scatter spell. This wand does not have a lot of mana. Look how quickly it goes through its mana. That bolt is too expensive. Area 3 and 4 are when things get really serious, so I'm not surprised if this starts murdering you here. Sanity Illusions is having a good supper now. Chicken and cheese fries. I had fried chicken and stuffing. It wasn't great, but it'll do. I hate these hissy guys. They got guns. How dare they wield a gun against me? If I had a chainsaw, I would butcher them. I have a chainsaw. I could butcher them. There. That's what I think of you. Epic just joined the chat and he said this game is fun. AF. Which I'm pretty sure is one of those slang words. It is one of those slang words. I'm just being a dumb boomer. But yes, this game is very fun. Just that being able to destroy pretty much anything is really good. I think over here is if you want to go to the first floor again. There's some other things we didn't do in the first floor, but they would require an excessive amount of digging. Which I'm just not feeling anymore. You could easily spend hours on a single run if it goes well. But I just want to get deeper and deeper into the caves. Maybe we could get to the final boss. And we could get something cool done. This wand is kind of poop, but I want explosive bounce. Actually, this... no, it doesn't have fire on it. What can I do with this wand? Not much, I'm afraid. I'm going to take explosive bounce and damage up off of that wand. And then I'll swap it out for that in case I need something. This is why edits wands everywhere should be standard instead of just a mod. Because that is such a useful ability. Otherwise you would need to change your spells in here in the Holy Mountain. Ooh, this is good. Electric charge. Put that on there. And now my bolts can shock people. What's going on in chat? I'm kind of getting involved with the noida-ing a bit. We Hate When says, how old even is the Chocobo? The Chocobo is 34, going on 35. That's how old the Chocobo is. I'll take the fire immunity since I don't really have any money anyway. But yeah, I have electric bolts now. Electric bolts are really good, especially against mechanical, and, well, pretty much everything, except for bosses. Bosses aren't really electrocuted too much. But electric bolts could stun pretty much anything in the game. Also, your legs could destroy explosives. Oh hey, it's our good buddy, the Anvil. The Divine Anvil. Oh, if I only had another tablet. What can I do? I could toss in this wand and this one and see what we get. Oh, I could toss in the tablet, this wand, and this wand, and it'll make me a wand that has an always cast on it. Not a bad wand either. So without any spells, it'll have this, the energy lance. So we could put in maybe a chainsaw. I approve of this murder. I approve of this murder. Blue Dragon asks, could the Chocobo sing for us again? No, the Chocobo cannot sing. You only get the Llama Lana theme. Sorry. We're not in a pyramid anymore. It's not relevant. Destroy robot. Robot destroyed. Mission accomplished. Oh wow, that room's bad. That room's terrible. I don't like that room anymore. I want to get as far from that room as possible. Everything's going to hell in a handbasket. And I kind of like it. Even though I can't really read the chat. Oh wow. Well, they do call it the Hissy base for a reason. Gonna kill all the Hissy. All the Hissy! Don't mess with me, man. Don't mess with the summoner. Mess you all guys up. Every single one of your guys. There's a health in there somewhere. Actually, I haven't seen those in a while. This bigger dude summons littler dudes. So this is a slaughter and a half. I'm low on health too. Who put all this lava here? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely. Well, level 4 does kill you. Wow, that was harrowing. That was something else right there. Let's see what happened. Yep, that's what happened. I'm actually surprised that I survived this long too. Usually level 3 kills me, unless I'm having a really, really good run. This one was only just kinda good. But, you know, this run had to end eventually. I mean, it went on for just about an hour, so... yeah, it's a lengthy run. It was a pretty lengthy run. But I do have another thing for you. We checked out random starting loadouts, and more random starting loadouts. But how about Deer mod? Let's start a new game with the Deer mod. This is one of my favorite mods now. Make sure it gets recaptured. There we go. And Deer mod is pretty much what you expected it to be. Wait, you think being a wizard is only limited to humans? No, we have Deer mod. Someone actually managed to animate the Noida deers and turn it into a character model. I mean really animate the deer. It has its own kick. It has its own crouching animation, which is better on slopes, off slopes. It has its own wands. It has a wand with magic arrow on it. And it has a Deer Z wand with bomb on it. I've been mostly playing as the Deer Wizard lately, because just being a deer is just fun. There is a downside to being a deer, though. The deer is a little bit taller, and the deer is a little bit wider. So it has trouble getting through tight spaces that the Noida could get through. This is the Deer Noida. I kind of want to get to the Holy Mountain and take a look at the mods, the perks, because the perks have changed too for your new Deer Z appearance. Someone said, that's just a druid. Why do you gotta be like that, man? Why can't you just accept the fact that a deer could also whiz? And maybe a deer could whiz just as well as you can. Have you ever thought about that? With your bigotry? Yeah, I thought not. Yeah, this deer could fly too. It's Christmas! You see, you came for longest night. I'm also giving you a Christmas stream. This is one of Santa's deer. This is, Wizen. He's been made fun of in deer school. Also, he's a carnivore. He'll eat meat. Deer are opportunistic carnivores. Did you not know that? Because you should know that. If they find a meat, they will eat it. They will put it in their mouth and get it ate. Believe you me. If a mouse can monk, a deer can wizard. Thank you. A mouse can also priest, and a crocodile or caiman or gorile, whatever the heck Adina is. She could astronomy. So see, this is a longest night adventure. You got an animal doing magic things. It is a pain deer. Oh, I wish I thought of that. Thank you, Sirius. That's the best one. That's the best name for this. We got our Anvil here again. I got wands. Actually, this wand is better for that. There's a fly on me. Okay. Let's toss this wand and this wand in. Toss that bomb in. There we go. Tiny wand for tiny deer. I don't know, put junk on that. That'll work. Rainy, you just mentioned that this opens up the pony floodgates. I regret to inform you that there's already a pony mod. It doesn't look as good as deer, but there's a pony mod. Absolutely. Very yes. Oh, this is pretty just my wand with more arrows in it. Look at that. Thank you. I'm a freaking tank now. A deer tank. I don't got any fire spells though. I could use a torch. Yeah, I'm interested what kind of model modding this game's gonna open up now. Now that people can do deer. Maybe next I'll have a wizard sheep. Because I'll definitely be down for wizard sheep. You could do wizard, maybe not one of those things. Maybe not one of those things. But there's creatures in the game. There's a wolf. Even though I don't recall where you could find the wolf out in the world. I think it might be over on the western side past the world tree. I haven't seen one. Yeah, this deer is actually using this wand with its mind instead of a hoof or a mouth. Even though it would probably be better if it was attached to the mouth. Because when you try to shoot straight up, you get that kind of going on. It gets a little annoying. Especially if you're trying to spray water on yourself. To put yourself out. But then again, it goes into the challenge aspect of playing as a deer. I do love the kick. What this mod needs is have an automatic never skip leg day, just like that other wizard we had. Because deer should be able to kick better than 1 point of damage. Just stay still. You see, kicking is terrible when you don't have the perk. You can't do a kick-only run. I mean, you could try. No, Moosh, AC is not secretly a sheep. I just respect sheep. Because they're sheep. They need all the respect you could get. Yeah, I just Indiana Jones those guys. Guns versus deer. Deer wins. Take that. Hey, let me get that gold in there. I want that gold. Get out of there, Rock. Go that way. Thank you. Ridiculous. I didn't even need to do anything to that explosive. That one just read my mind. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen to it. We hate when wants a hedgehog wizard. Is there any other animals that we should whiz? I've seen duck. Oh yeah, I definitely want a duck whiz. I wanted to see a duck whiz. I just thought about what I just said. And I have a little bit of regrets. Just a little bit of regret. Funny enough story though, there was a liquid in this game called urine and you could only get it from the deer. Now you can only find it in an ultra rare flask. So there's a little bit of Noider knowledge for you. I think my brain's getting tired. Well, I do have some money. Let's see how far Deer Wizard can go. He needs to beat level 4. And we're going to be speed running this one. It's not going to take as long as the other ones. Though I am going to check out to see what ones we have, because I do want to make a college try out of this. And nothing there. But instead of Decoy Deer, it's Decoy Wizard. You summon Decoy Noidas to fight for you. Or at least take damage. So that's a change they did to the game. Rainy Day says Tiny Cat Witch is a requirement. That's one that has to be in. Glass Cannon usually doesn't look like that. It's a deer glass cannon. I'm gonna take plague rats. A deer that summons rats to kill various weird looking creatures and humans. At least I think they're human. I'm not quite sure what the hissy are, but they do have guns. And that makes deer very nervous. Rock. It has rock spells. Double shot rock. And the rocks can then be kicked, using them as a melee weapon. So that's cool. Now people are just like mentioning every single animal. I'm not surprised if there was going to be if there's going to be a platypus in there somewhere. Somebody just said Zubat. Yeah, just go hog wild. Why the heck not? Okay, this is the problem here. Trying to get your deer completely wet. It makes getting materials off of yourself a little difficult. This deer's gonna speedrun it. Merry Christmas! I'm Murder Deer. Hey, look, that rat's on fire. Plague Rats is a perk that obviously spawns rats for you. Just an army of rats. Oh, now we're just going full circle here because Blue Dragon just mentioned that they need to add Billy Mays as a wizard. Just Noida Maze. Because heck with it, why not? Fireballs. Better than this one, at least. I could use some consumable spells. He killed my rat. Now he became rat. We Hate When says, wet deer are not good to be around, but they are good to be. Keeps you from getting set on fire. Rocks. Lightsabers. These are expensive lightsabers to cast, 30 mana each. They're really good for drilling through all kinds of things, though. They would make a really good exploration one if they didn't have that timer attached to it. Let's see what we got here. Greed. A revenge tentacle. I'll go with greed. Extra money. No, Moosh, that's ridiculous. You're being ridiculous now. Don't be that ridiculous. Alright, welcome to level 3. Where everything is gun. Oh! Well, I do have a bigger body, so it's harder to dodge these bullets. What the heck was that? What did he put in that bullet? That was ridiculous. Did you hear that? Oh, speaking of ridiculous, let me show you something real quick. I have a GIF here. If you want to see ridiculous wands, how about that ridiculous wand? I had explosion immune. I had some bubbles that triggered other spells, and they fired off explosives like crazy. It was insane. That's a wand that I had right before this run. Actually, it was during the Jimmy. Ooh, this is good. Ooh, this has potential. This has potential. It's a lightning bolt wand. I could use lightning bolts as a deer. You know what's going on this wand? Lightning bolts! Lightning bolts! Lightning bolts! Now I am a deer to be reckoned with. Do not reckon with this deer, because he will reckon back. Lightning. Lightning bolt is one of my favorite spells in this game. It is devastating. It electrocutes people. It stuns them in place. And it does a ton of damage. To me! You gotta be careful when using lightning bolts. But what did we do? 16 minutes. Then again, I was speedrunning. I wasn't faffing about and reading chat like I did last time. But, I mean, almost made it to level 4. A deer wizard is almost as good as a human wizard. That's what we need to take away from this. I'm disappointed. I really wanted to get to level 4 with that lightning bolt. I guess I'm better at Noida off-screen than I am on stream. But here we go, back to bonfire. Why not? So that was the longest night stream. We had an adventure. We went to a pyramid. We saw Cthulhu. We told it, hey, you were poisoned by a huncher. Oh wait, no, I'm getting my stories crossed. I'm sure we did other things. We dug through a mountain. We battled with people with guns. Doesn't seem very mystic. We went to the Fungal caverns for a little bit, and then there was Cthulhu's everywhere, and we were just like, nah. We made a whole bunch of ridiculous wands. There's fire everywhere. We almost did alchemy, but gunpowder exploded because blood touched it. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I'm starting to believe that Let's Play Curse is indeed a reality. That my abilities are just sapped. It just means when I hit the record button and you see me playing Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass like a pro, double that. I'm so much better then. Oh yeah, yeah. We Hate Wen just said, they're burning the corpse parts. They are getting rid of the evidence from the Butcher Wizard. And most of the Deer Wizards rampage. But then again, do you really need to care about the evidence then? So how did you guys enjoy the longest night stream? You can do this again every year. Until somehow YouTube is not a thing anymore. Maybe it would be Noida, unless I could find something that's more star-based. You know what? We should play more music. There we go. Now it's just not me talking. I say this is a lot better than the Halloween stream, except for like that first minute or so, where I had no audio because I forgot my microphone. But at least there wasn't any rad in it, bringing down the mood. There's 13 people here compared to the 5 that was at the Halloween one. So that was pretty good. It lasted about as long as the Halloween stream too. About 120, hour 20. That is one of the things, Rainy. She said it's a solid stream, but it's a bit shorter because I'm used to video recording. I'm used to sitting down and doing my thing for about 30, maybe 40 minutes and start getting irritated when it gets close to 50. I could go longer with the stream, but I didn't want to take up your weekday night because people got work in the morning, or school. Even though the ones that are going to school probably have Christmas vacation soon, don't they? Sadly, not the working people. Sanity Illusion says, well, why not Starbounds with all the mods? First of all the mods? Really? That's a lot of mods. That is a lot of mods. Second of all, Starbound would be like if you took Noida, took out all the cool wands and the Anvils of Destiny and the Deer Wizards, and it's just somebody digging around and building houses for bird people. That's pretty much what a Starbound stream would be like. It's less about like mysticism and stars and the longest night adventure feeling than it is just it's in space. Moosh, of course, is going to school, but she's going to be getting off in 2 days. So, Christmas vacations are coming. You should get longest night vacation, too. You should bring that up to your teachers. Because, I mean, humans are animals, too. They are invited next to the bonfire with the rest of us. As long as they're willing to keep their shenanigans to a minimum. We could even tell them the Adina Astra stories. There's quite a few of them. Kudo asked, wouldn't that apply to a Terraria stream too? Yeah, but Terraria is a bit more active. There's a lot of fighting involved with the digging. Of course, Starbound has that too, but I find the fighting in Starbound really annoying. Hey, Sanity, I wouldn't speak that too loudly. You can't tell the humans that we're living among them. Then again, it's the internet. They probably think you're just some kind of furry. We hate when. Unemployment is a fun forever vacation until you start realizing that you like money. Then it becomes less of a vacation and more of a hell. I'm just waiting for chat because, again, I put it on low latency because if I wanted to put it on ultra low latency, somebody might start buffering and I can't change it midstream. So I decided to leave it where it was. Also, the music stopped. Music's never supposed to stop. Moosh says he thinks he could tell the difference between a human and a talking animal. I would like to see you try, buddy. I would like to see you try. We got our ways. We Hate Wen says he didn't say he enjoys it, so that was more of a sarcastic thing. He was being facetious. Yeah, I've been unemployed myself. I know how that's like. I was curious with everybody, what was your favorite part of the stream? Was it me messing up, or just the stream in general? Dear Noida? Probably Dear Noida. Because that's a pretty good mod. Well, except for the whole spacing thing and then get shot by bullets and killing yourself in a lightning bolt. Terry is here! Terry is here when the stream is about to end and we're doing our post-Noida Inc. chat. Sanity likes the murder deer. I'm partial to the murder deer myself, but Butcher Wizard was pretty good too. We Hate Wen likes the part where I died. Well, If we ever do a Noiter stream in the future, at least you'll be pleased. Because there's a lot of death. Hardcore is also a fan of Deer Wizard. There's a lot of Deer Wizard. Everybody loves Deer Wizard. How can you hate Deer Wizard? It's not possible. Rainy Day can't choose, which means it was a good stream all around. You guys want to learn anything about Adina Astra? I do have a story. I used to put it up on Reddit back when I was playing Night in the Woods. And it got semi-popular. I mean, Longest Night is about sharing stories, after all. Rainy, it wasn't easy trying to balance gameplay and engage with the audience. I was looking at chat and trying to play Noida at the same time. Terry, you missed a heck of a Noiding, I gotta say. There was a Butcher Wizard with a chainsaw wand. There was Anvils of Destiny. There was Cthulhu's inside pyramids. And then he died horribly in a shooting accident. And a Deer Wizard took over and died horribly in a lightning accident. Moosh wants to hear some Adina Astra. But there's like 11 other people here. I could tell you the story of Longest Night, how it happened. Moosh loves these chill after stream moments where I just talk to them. I wish there was a way I could set this on a loop. Is there a way to loop this? Repeat. There we go. Repeat that. Okay, yep. Rainy wants a bedtime story. Moosh wants to hear something about whatever's on my mind, even though I'm not that open. So, you know, for the last maybe, I'll probably take about 15 minutes, we could cover the story of Longest Night. Longest Night is, well, it's obviously an astronomical holiday. It happened back in like the Middle Ages when science was the big thing, even though you had to be semi-sort of rich to actually partake in it a little bit. So, astronomers, they like to take advantage of Longest Night. Obviously, it's the longest night. They can check out the stars. They can check out the constellations. They can chart the stars, name them after things. And obviously, whenever a big enough camp of astronomers got next to a town, they start attracting attention because they have money. They need supplies. They need to buy it off the people living in the towns. And then the people are noticing these camps out in the middle of nowhere with their bonfires burning late at night. Just a bunch of dudes looking at stars, so they start imitating it. They come out, they build bonfires, they're looking at the stars. They're not scientists, they don't know what the heck is really going on. So they just start making up stuff. That's how you get the stories of the constellations. The Marmonodes, the Little King, Quinona, Ibon, the Ghost Star, all the others. And eventually, down the road, as books were starting to get printed, they just discovered this pile of papers, this like book ready to be written here, ready to be printed actually. No author on it. Talks about this astronomer named Adina Astra. Adina Astra went around, charted stars, and was having these supernatural moments where she met some of the characters from the stars. We hate when it says Zeus created the stars. Well, that's the Romans for you. Anyway, the first book, she met Corvin, Rubello, the Broken Snake, learned stories about them. The next book, she met some more figures. The third one was about her journey to a city filled with scholars, where they were having Tolmatron chained down so it doesn't ring and end the world. Or Inventorus inventing music and just filling his lab with it. The Mice Writers. There's also Adina's short stories, the fourth book, where Adina goes to a town and she tells the children just stories about some of the lesser known figures like Winona, Lucio, Marmonodes, Fish, Mundi. There's also Lost Constellation. Actually, I think The City of Scholars is the second book. The children one was the third. The fourth one was Lost Constellation, which has a game made after it, where she goes out to the frozen lake. She tells the forest god, hey, you're poisoned. Meets a witch, gives her trauma. She goes out and meets her friend, or maybe arguably a lover, and they see the ghost star. Now, usually if you see the ghost star, you're supposed to be dead, but Adina Astra managed to survive that encounter, and it led to the fifth book, which was Adina Astra and the Fallen Stars. All the stars she charted were just falling out of the sky one day. And she'd need to find out why. And she found out why. Her accomplishments needed to get erased so new astronomers could come find their own stars. Otherwise she would hog them all up. So you can't have that now, could we? Eventually she had to learn that give it up. Literally, her ghost. Pass on. So the new astronomers could take her place. And that's the story of Adina Astra. Personally, my favorite one was in the first book. Near the very end, there was a forest god. It made the sun stay out all the time because it was scared of dark. And Adina Astra didn't like that because she trained herself to be nocturnal so she could see more stars. And obviously she had to do something about that. So she went to the forest god, predicted an eclipse. It actually happened, scared the crap out of him. And he made a deal to release the sun from his bondage. So that's a cool story. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed me blathering on like that. Chat froze to a standstill while I was telling most of that story. Oh man, Japanese Storytime says, we hate when. It was more like Middle Ages 1400 story time, you know, like Tales of Robin Hood and such like that. Like around the time Grimm brothers are probably doing their thing. Except obviously the non-human version of Grimm brothers. Never knew who the author was, it's just that she kept on sending papers to random printing houses. I guess Longest Night is kind of like that, Rainy. She said the good sign of a good storyteller is that other chatter dies down. Lets him do his thing. But I think it's time to let you guys go now, don't you think? I got work around 10:15 in the morning, so I gotta start tucking it in myself. We Hate When says, I love Grimm Tales. Yeah, the Grimm Tales got kind of weird in places, didn't it? Those guys kind of had a twisted sense of humor themselves. But at least any good sense of humor is good sense of humor. We Hate When says there's a story about girls cut off their big toes to fit in it. Oh, legit OG Cinderella. Yeah, that was kind of twisted. Root says, I hope AC has very sweet dreams. I don't remember most of my dreams. And the last time I did remember a dream, I actually posted that one on Twitter. It was about me dying to some kind of disease. I had a limited timer on life, and I was just deciding, hey, what should I do with the rest of my life that I have left? And pretty much I resolved to, hey, I am going to go out streaming. Just stream every game that I wouldn't be able to do because I was going to not be there. Just all of them. So that was a fun dream. Thanks, Brain. At least I know what I have. I have an in-game plan there. Hopefully that'll never have to come to pass. And now chat is just toes. Everybody's just talking about toes. You see, Terry, the problem with the Cinderella story is that they didn't need bigger shoes. They were trying to fit into other shoes so they could marry a prince. So they removed their toes so they could try and fit into the slipper. And it was all bloody, and he was like, what the heck are you doing? And then real Cinderella shows up and it fits perfectly, despite the blood. Sanity says paws are better than toes. I don't know about that. Paws are a little bit less flexible. They usually have those big claws on them. They're not very good for anything. I mean, the ones that have to use them, they do a good job with it. But there are some disadvantages. Now, if we're going to talk talons, that's a different story. Talons are better than everything. It's like having hands in your feet. Especially when you don't have hands anywhere else. So, to do a little bit of an avian flex here. Now we're just regaling grim stories, aren't we? We hate when. With the witch eating the children. Wasn't there a grim story where somebody ate children and a woodcutter sliced the stomach open to pull them back out? Was that the witch story, or was that the Red Riding Hood story? We could spend all night just talking about weird grim stories. Kudo says avian flexing like Rockhawk, except I'm real and he's not. We hate when says it's Red Riding Hood. Okay. So we spent about a good 20 minutes just chatting now. I think it's time to start letting you guys go. You guys have a good longest night when it comes up in about 3 days. This was the longest of one night. The longest night. Oh, I should have let off of that one. The longest night. It wasn't exactly the longest night. We noited longer than that. I've noited longer than that when I'm not on stream or anything else. I noid a lot. Longest night, longest night. Sky so dark, but stars so bright. No, Moosh, I'm going to cut you off, like, shortly. I've actually had that kind of situation, Kudo. He said, now watch this turns into a type of phone call where both sides really want to say the last goodbye. But I think it would be rude to end the stream on you, wouldn't it? So that's why I'm just saying, hey, it's time to end the stream. So everybody starts filing out, go and do whatever they do late at night. Go get a shower, eat a snack, get into bed. Or if you have work late at night, you could do that too. But then again, maybe could isn't the right answer there. Or like you have to. We hate Wednesdays, I'll just sit here in the void. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna have to void you guys then. Sanity says night. I'm saying night. The stream is now over. Happy longest night, everybody.